Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today's the 15th of June 2022. The market cap of Bitcoin has gone down way below the $400 billion mark. This is definitely not a good sign at all. The market cap of Ethereum is now down to almost $125 billion. I'm really not sure how things are going to work out if things continue this way. The reason being there's a lot of momentum in the cryptocurrency space, a lot of mainstream media, a lot of average people are aware of what cryptocurrencies are. Once people are aware of cryptocurrencies, then if it goes down, it's definitely not looking good. One thing I also noticed earlier today is that CoinMarketCap, the website, has changed their format in displaying cryptocurrency information. They're not showing quite a lot of information, such as the global crypto market. They're not showing the volume of stable coins. I'm not sure why that is the case. A lot of them use CoinMarketCap, so not sure why they are doing that. So because of that, I will be changing my slides as well, where I used to talk about the 24-hour volume of stable coins, the 24-hour volume of DeFi. I'm going to change that from today itself. In case they change the format tomorrow, I'll go back to the original format. The global crypto market is not showing the volume of stable coins, is also not showing. Are they doing this secretly to pump the market by injecting truckloads of stablecoins? You never know. That just might be something that CoinMarketCap and Binance might be doing, but I'm definitely hoping that is not the case. Today we have terrible news. For today's news, we're going to start off with Coinbase. Coinbase is laying off employees, and definitely not a great move, but definitely needed in order to sustain their business. As many as 1,000 people will be laid off from Coinbase. That's over 18% of Coinbase's employee strength. So definitely not a great thing. And today we're also going to be talking about Bitcoin mining hash rate. I was originally supposed to be covering this yesterday, and I believe one of the listeners, his name was Dwayne, he had asked about Bitcoin mining. So let's see if we are in a position to go ahead and answer a lot of his questions today. Probably I'm hoping that we might answer a lot of the questions regarding Bitcoin mining in today's episode. Andrew Bailey, the governor of the Bank of England, has also said some negative things about Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies in general. I have been talking about Andrew Bailey since a very long time. Now, he is an extremely powerful person, and he is the governor of the Bank of England only since late 2020. He is not at all a fan of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, but he's definitely an advocate for stablecoins. Now, he said something negative about Bitcoin that we'll be talking about in today's episodes, and that is in relation to Celsius Networks News, which decided to shut down its operation, that is withdrawal and trading, for its customers. Also, Celsius Network have apparently hired a lawyer and are looking for ways to protect their business. Could Celsius Network be the Black Swan event, something similar to what happened in 2008, where Lehman Brothers was the Black Swan event? Now, Terra Luna was absolutely disastrous, but Celsius Network is also showing now some similar signs. I'm hoping that the damage is relatively less. The Terra Luna's damage was absolutely massive, and what happens is this usually has a domino effect on other projects that have their funds invested, let's say in Terra Luna and Celsius Network. Moving on to UAE news, I have two news, and I won't be going into both the news in detail. The first news is about Mubasher. Now, what they're planning to do is they're planning to launch a digital currency trading platform. I really am not sure about this project, and the reason is because most of the information is in Arabic. So technically, it's my fault because I don't speak Arabic. I'm not in the best position to say or comment about it. I did use Google Translation, but the translation vary from the actual language. So maybe the only thing rather what I could say is that having something only in Arabic is a positive thing for people who speak only Arabic, and in UAE there are quite a lot of people who speak only Arabic. Even the locals or Emiratis, they would prefer something that is completely in Arabic, and it becomes so much more easier and comfortable for people in UAE to get involved in Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, and blockchain. The second news is between UAE and India. So UAE and India have a trade deal to encompass artificial intelligence, blockchain, and fintech. This is a great partnership and should definitely help both the regions, particularly Indians living in UAE. And some cryptocurrency exchange leaders from India have also moved to Dubai. Not the cryptocurrency exchange as such, but just the founding members have moved to Dubai. So we'll be exploring all those things in today's episode. So welcome everyone. It's 8 a.m. You're in Dubai and you're listening to Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and lately Metaverse as well. How the series of episodes of the Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is we usually cover top news and information pertaining to the price of cryptocurrencies, some major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well. News that has an impact in the cryptocurrency world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, DeFi, NFTs, and Metaverse. This is followed by Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions from 8:30 a.m. to 9 a.m. Gulf Standard Time. So, let's kickstart today's episode. Today is the 15th of June and the global crypto market is down to $945 billion. So since the last 24 hours, it is down by 4.85%. Bitcoin's market cap has gone down below the $400 billion mark. And as a matter of fact, I'm looking at the market cap right now. It's gone down to $385 billion. So definitely not looking good. The total crypto market volume over the last 24 hours is at $114 billion. So since the last 24 hours, it has gone down. And the market cap of DeFi is currently at $45 billion. Prior to today's episode, I should talk about the 24-hour volume. But today onwards, I'm going to be talking about the market cap. So the market cap of DeFi is at $45 billion. And the 24-hour trading volume is $6.92 billion. The market cap of Metaverse is currently $9.3 billion. And the 24-hour trading volume of Metaverse-related cryptocurrencies is $2.24 billion. The market cap of NFTs is currently at $15.2 billion. So it looks like NFTs are definitely holding strong. The 24-hour volume of NFTs is $3.92 billion. Now the king of all kings, Bitcoin, the price has gone down to $21,209. Since the last 24 hours, it is down by 6.57%. Since the last 7 days, it is down by 30.63%. So the last entire week has been absolutely horrendous for Bitcoin, and something which we talked about yesterday, where James Butterfield from CoinShares in his blog, he mentioned that there were a lot of outflows for Bitcoin and Ethereum. So even Ethereum, the price has gone down to $1,124. And Ethereum since the last 7 days is down by 37.89%. Since the last 24 hours, it is down by 8.86%. Binance Coin is also down by 26.92% over a period of 7 days. And since the last 24 hours, it is down by 7.40%. So if you are new to cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin and blockchain, you might be absolutely nervous. And to be honest, you have every right to be nervous. But once you have been in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space, trust me, this seems completely normal. I've been involved in Bitcoin since 2013. I very specifically remember, as a matter of fact, I posted a screenshot on Instagram as well. Where some of my friends, we were really excited when the price of Bitcoin reached $685. So I had mentioned that, the price of 685 is absolutely huge. And fast forward today, the price is $21,209. That apparently is an absolutely scary price, a disastrous price. So think of it, how times have changed. That being said, the price of Bitcoin in comparison to, let's say, $69,000 at its all-time high is definitely not good. So let's talk about today's episode. We have quite a lot to talk about in today's episode. To start off with, the Bitcoin Fear and Greed Index is down, and I believe this is the first time it has gone down to 7. Now, the lowest I have seen was 8, and this happened, I believe, in the first week of May. But the general sentiment for people in Bitcoin is extreme fear, and this needs to change maybe as soon as possible. The market cap has gone down to $380 billion when I started this podcast. It was hovering around the $400 billion mark, so definitely not a good thing. Now imagine having bought Bitcoin at $69,000 at its all-time high and the price is down now. What I'm hoping is that people in general understand what the technology of Bitcoin is, and in that sense, one thing which I'd like to share at this point of time, if you go to my website, that is www.blockchaindxb.com, right in the very front page, at the bottom of the screen, I have a beginner level series explaining what Bitcoin is like. Things such as, the definition of Bitcoin, the history of Bitcoin, what problem the Bitcoin solves. So definitely worth understanding the technology so that you know what Bitcoin is. It is far beyond the price of Bitcoin. Alternatively, what I recommend every of my client, my friends and relatives is to go to a website which is created by Jameson Lopp. Now, Jameson Lopp is the CTO of Casa Inc. They provide wallet services for Bitcoin. He has, if not the best educational content on Bitcoin. So in order to find the link, you can go to my LinkedIn profile or probably just Google Jameson Lopp. You might be seeing his website, and it gives the best explanation on Bitcoin and the blockchain technology on which Bitcoin operates. If you're listening to my podcast, you will also see a link for the slides in case if you want to find out the slides. The slides are also available and it's all linked to my LinkedIn profile. I'm trying to build my LinkedIn base. The next news is about Coinbase. This is idly breaking news because Coinbase did have the IPO just in 2020. The news is that Coinbase is reducing its workforce by roughly 18%. The reasoning behind that is to stay healthy during this economic downturn. Now, if you look at it from Coinbase, from a business point of view, they are making the right decision. Brian Armstrong, the CEO, he did admit that the company grew too quickly. Now, in case if you want to find out more information, go through Coinbase's website and they have a blog. And in that blog, they have given a very detailed explanation. I think the letter is written really nicely and very politely. And he has informed that the employees will be receiving an email from the HR department giving them crystal clear directions indicating who are the people who will be asked to leave. Some really interesting information via their blog, and they've clearly mentioned that the reason they are doing this move by reducing the staff is managing expenses, and they want to increase efficiency. So managing expenses, increasing efficiency are the main reasons why the decision has been made. So absolutely fair point. The next news is about Bitcoin mining hash rate. I was supposed to cover this in yesterday's episode, but I'm going to be talking about it today. The Bitcoin mining hash rate broke a new all-time high. The current hash rate for Bitcoin mining is at 219.79 million terahashes per second. A lot of the crypto influencers are saying that the mining hash rate has gone high, which is an absolutely brilliant thing. Definitely not. Bitcoin mining hash rate breaking a new all-time high is an absolutely terrible situation. To put it in layman terms, think of having a door of your room and you have 7 different locks. It doesn't make any sense, right? Or think you are entering a room and the room has 8 doors. Having one door with a brilliant lock system is fine. Maybe you can have 2 locks. That security is fine. But the security going so high is absolutely ridiculous. Having security is great, but too much security is absolutely pointless. The only reason why the Bitcoin mining hash rate is going high is very simple. People are competing for newly mined Bitcoin. Does this mean that the demand of Bitcoin is increasing? Definitely not. If that would have been the case, the price of Bitcoin would have increased as well. Now, with the economies of scale to set up a Bitcoin mining operation, it is becoming extremely impossible for an average person to mine Bitcoin. Now, Bitcoin Magazine finally, after a very long time, have put up an excellent article that shares the exact same information, stating that why having Bitcoin mining hash rate is not a good thing, because if the Bitcoin mining hash rate is at 219.79 million terahashes per second, it would be easier for some mining operations to do a 51% attack when the Bitcoin mining hash rate goes down. So there might be quite a lot of other operations who have really strong mining hash rate. When the mining hash rate goes down, they may be in a position to do a 51% attack. So extremely valid point. Now, Stephen Levara, he's one of the OGs of Bitcoin. He also has a brilliant podcast which is available on YouTube where he talks everything about Bitcoin mining. Dwayne, if you're listening to this episode, just for reference, how the Bitcoin mining works is, let's say when Alice sends fund to Bob, there are a bunch of miners which are spread all across the world. So what they do is they run the mining operation, and their role is to find out a unique hash rate. Now, it'll be difficult to explain that in the podcast. You ideally need to look at it on the screen. But what miners do is they run really expensive machines to find out a unique hash rate. Once the unique hash rate is found, they publish it to everyone else. Now think of it like solving a Rubik puzzle. Once the Rubik puzzle is solved, it becomes easier for others to verify that you have solved the Rubik puzzle. That's exactly how the Bitcoin mining hash rate works. Every 216th block, which is roughly around 2 weeks, the Bitcoin mining difficulty gets adjusted. How does it get adjusted? Is simply, if there are too many miners, it becomes higher. If there are less miners, the difficulty mining gets adjusted accordingly. So if there are too many miners mining for Bitcoin, and if the mining is extremely high, the difficulty mining gets reduced. If there are less number of people mining, and if it is easier to get and mine these blocks, the Bitcoin mining difficulty gets increased, which just means that 219.79 million terahashes per second is a relatively easier hash to find, and that is definitely not a good thing, which means there are so many miners who are using really expensive equipment to solve this puzzle. So most likely in the next 216 block, it is again going to get much higher. So that's definitely not a good thing. It would be great if the price of Bitcoin was high. Moving on to the next news. Now, something which I wanted to talk to Dwayne yesterday as well was that in UAE, in Abu Dhabi, there are rumors that they're planning to start mining operations. I'm hoping that by now you have seen pictures and videos of Bitcoin mining operations. Essentially, these machines, they become extremely hot. Dubai, UAE is extremely hot. The weather is ridiculously hot. I think today the weather is around 41 degrees Celsius, which I believe is 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Imagine what would happen if you have Bitcoin mining operations working. So the rumors and plans are that they're planning to build Bitcoin mining machines underground, so under the sand, and that way you do not face the natural climate in UAE, and underground it is relatively cold, and there you could possibly add air conditioned machines. So that's one idea. There are also, I wouldn't necessarily even say rumors, because these are, but I wouldn't even say verified news, but I know the source where it is coming from. But what Abu Dhabi is planning to do is have mining operations underground, and they plan to have 25% of Bitcoin's mining operations. 25% of Bitcoin mining operations. Again, the economies of scale is ridiculously high. Over $2 billion of funds is going to be invested. So again, this boils down to the whole question: what happens to an average person, to an employee who's working in an organization? He is not in a position to go ahead and mine Bitcoin. And then Satoshi Nakamoto wrote his white paper. He was hoping that an average person using his laptop can be a part of the electronic cash system. That is not the case right now. Only the elite few, that is billionaires, multimillionaires, and celebrities, are in a position to take the benefit of Bitcoin. And if that is the case, it is not ideal for Bitcoin to be the world reserve currency. Moving on to next news, and again not so good news about Bitcoin and cryptocurrency, is Andrew Bailey. Andrew Bailey is the governor of the Bank of England. He has never been a fan of Bitcoin, but he's definitely been a fan of stable coins. He has reiterated time and again that the Bitcoins are definitely going to zero, and this time In one of the interviews with Reuters, he actually said that cryptocurrency investing and Bitcoin is definitely not a good move and it could go down to zero. And I've provided the link via my LinkedIn profile. The link is via Wall Street Journal, who referred it to a Reuters interview. Now he said that in relation to Celsius Network, who had abruptly frozen withdrawal. So very valid point as well. If you go to bitcoin.com, there is an entire article. And in similar news, that Celsius Network is also currently seeking help from lawyers for restructuring their financial hardship. Again, Celsius Network, they are in a terrible state. Alex Mashensky, who did a great thing. I'm not sure if you guys know, but Alex Mashensky is one of the creators of voice over internet protocol. So one of the reasons why we can talk over WhatsApp or Skype is because of Alex Mashensky. And so he's definitely, if not one of the greatest innovators and entrepreneurs of our. But in Celsius Network, he definitely seems to be faltering and not doing a good job. And one thing which I mentioned yesterday as well, when you listen to him talk, he talks about how the rich and elite people are making a lot of money and Bitcoin is a solution to that. That is just being a complete hypocrite, because he himself is a multimillionaire, maybe even a billionaire because of Celsius Network. So my question is, with Deglobalization New World Order set by the elite in the next, let's say, coming months, years, or maybe even decades, how do you think Bitcoin, that is a peer-to-peer electronic cash system, fits in? So if you have any feedback or questions, write it in the comments below. Now move on to next news about UAE. The first one is Mubasher to launch digital currency trading platform in UAE. So the website is mubasher.info. The website is completely in Arabic, and when you translate into English, it does not give the right information. So the news is Mubasher Group is launching Do Crypto. So what Do Crypto is, it is a digital currency trading platform in the MENA region, and they're going to be going live tomorrow, that is 16th of June 2022. Now what this will do is it'll enable customers and investors to trade on all cryptocurrency pairs with low trading fees. So Do Crypto is the first free educational platform in the Middle East specialized in educating Arab investors about the digital or cryptocurrency market and providing them with the latest news. So go to mubasher.info. Again, the website is in Arabic, but definitely a very professional looking website. That being said, the other website which is going to start trading, that is docrypto.com, I believe that is still under construction, because when I went to the website, the About Us page, the user agreement, the FAQ, they are just not working at all. Now this is crazy. When I click on that, it opens up a Chinese link, and which is a bit strange. Hopefully it gets updated by tomorrow, which is the launch date. So Do Crypto will offer its services across 76 countries to help traders to secure investment in all types of cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin, Ripple, Ethereum, Solana, and Dogecoin. So really interesting how this thing plays out. So the whole partnership between Mubasher and Do Crypto, I'll try to give more information. Mubasher is the Middle East and North Africa's most preferred Arabic language platform for equity markets, news, data analysis, and investor tool. Ayham Mardini, the managing director and CEO of Do Crypto Platform, said that the new platform differs from its counterparts in the Arab world as it offers high quality and safe services and products. And more information is available on mubasher.info. So definitely hoping that this turns out to be a very fruitful thing, especially for people who speak Arabic. Through Mubasher Crypto Academy, the new platform will also educate and provide different levels of beginners with analytical news and educational services to raise the awareness of investing and exploring opportunities in digital currencies. Therefore, Do Crypto cooperates with Mubasher.info, which is owned by Dubai-based Global Financial Media, to present news and educational content and teach Arab investors the digital currency trading mechanism. So definitely a great use case for native Arab speakers. Locals, I think, they will feel more comfortable visiting this website and, let's say, visiting a website which is from another region, and they will be in a position to offer better customer service and maybe even post sales services too. So definitely very promising project. The next news is about a trade deal between UAE and India. Now, UAE and India trade deal plans to encompass artificial intelligence, blockchain, and fintech technology. Now, what happened was that the Dubai Chambers of Commerce, they had a webinar on the 14th of June, that is yesterday, and they shed light on the landmark UAE India Comprehensive Economic Partnership Agreement, also called as CEPA, which is CEPA, where they focus on its various economic benefits that are expected to be created by the free trade deal. So there were over 270 participants, and this event was organized in partnership with the UAE Embassy in India, the Associated Chambers of Commerce and Industry of India, Dubai Economy and Tourism, and the Indian Business and Professional Council, also called as DBC. So Omar Khan, who is the Director of International Offices of Dubai Chambers of Commerce, explained how SEPA is expected to expand UAE and India economic cooperation to new emerging and innovation-focused sectors such as artificial intelligence, blockchain technology, fintech. So most likely with this partnership, all three can be combined. So AI, blockchain technology, and fintech, and it will help in examining new business opportunities emerging on the horizon as SEPA changes the dynamics of UAE India bilateral trade and builds new bridges between two business communities. So definitely will be very beneficial. It's a great move and beneficial for both the countries. Could they focus on education for the general population, that is on Bitcoin, cryptocurrencies, maybe even open blockchain technology? What I am thinking of is there a possibility that they have a DeFi platform only between UAE and India, and in that DeFi platform they could maybe start using cryptocurrency as a form of payment, or they could also have a blockchain only designed between UAE and India. Now this particular blockchain can still be open source and not permission. What they can do is they can offer transparency. The supply chain becomes extremely visible, and maybe you never know, they might be in a position to use stable coins to settle transactions given the current volatility. In the near future, they should probably start accepting Bitcoin using Lightning Network. That would be an absolutely fantastic use case for a UAE and India trade deal, and where blockchain technology could actually be a perfect use case. So that's all for today, guys, on the Crypto and Coffee at 8 from Blockchain DXB. In case you guys have any feedback or suggestions, please drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. You can also check out my website, that is www.blockchaindxb.com. You can also check out my other website, that is www.area2071.com. It talks everything about metaverse. If you like listening to this podcast, please click on the like button, follow this podcast, and give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Now for the next 30 minutes, it's going to be an Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions about Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, and metaverse as well. So see you guys in the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, welcome you. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series where you listeners can ask any questions about Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse as well. Now remember, Monday to Thursdays 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we talk about price-related information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and metaverse. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East from the cryptocurrency world. What you're listening to right now is the Ask Me Anything series, where you listeners can ask any questions from the cryptocurrency world. I have a first question by Liam, who asks, what is the promise of NFTs in the near future? Now, Liam, NFTs, I think it was a time in 2021, but there was a lot of hype surrounding NFTs. I'm not sure if you know the history of NFTs. It started with CryptoPunks, and there were quite a lot of NFTs back in 2014, 2017 as well, but none of them got a lot of traction. So in 2021, Meta Cohen, who ended up buying the Beeple artwork for $69 million. That is the news that got a lot of mainstream attention. Now, after that, NFTs started to boom, and I very specifically remember in 2021, everyone talked about NFTs, but that has been dying down since 2022. So your question is, what do I think of NFTs? Well, NFTs are great. I mean, if you really want to buy an NFT, let's say of an artist, something that you like, I think you should definitely go for it, provided you have quite a lot of NFTs. Like what happened yesterday was that the Bored Ape Ethereum NFTs, which was sold for more than $100,000, just yesterday for the very first time, it went down below $100,000. And so, NFTs, I'm really not sure if there is a future for that. Something, Liam, which I talked about, I think it was 2 weeks ago. NFTs and high net worthy individuals are a perfect mix. So, let's say if there is a high net worthy individual, and if they are given some kind of tax benefits or concessions by owning digital artwork, so NFT value will be there, but it will only be there for high net worthy individuals. Kevin O'Leary, in one of his podcasts, I think it was with Anthony Pampliano, he said that there are a lot of high net worthy individuals who buy a lot of expensive watches. I'm talking about watches that cost millions of dollars. In that podcast, he said that they are definitely looking into NFTs. For an average person, personally, I don't see any use case of NFTs. This whole idea that your music will be in NFTs, it sounds great for a Web3 movement. By doing that, I still think a lot of startups and businesses, they use that as a ploy for getting investment funds. I don't think NFTs are a use case for an average person. I mean, think of it, Liam. Would you spend maybe even $100 or 300 dirham for a profile picture that you could use, let's say on WhatsApp, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram? For an average person, would they be willing to spend that money? I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe in the near future that is the trend. People will be willing to pay for it and not use a free one. Currently, we use free ones, we use our own pictures, but depending on your financial standings, Liam, you may need to ask yourself, are you in a position to go ahead and spend money to buy any digital artwork and put that as your profile picture? I tell you what, I definitely would not, but I'm pretty much sure the other time that there will be people who will be willing to spend money. Now, what I'm thinking right now is, Liam, I'm a massive fan of Black Sabbath. If Black Sabbath were to release an NFT, most likely I might buy that NFT. So, maybe a part of your question is right. So the answer is a mixture. Maybe I'm not convinced, or maybe I'm convinced. Another one of my idol is a cricket batsman called Sachin Tendulkar. If he releases an NFT, and let's say, just for a hypothetical situation, if that NFT is, let's say, $100 or $1,000, I definitely would be buying it just to put it on my WhatsApp profile picture, Facebook profile picture, or on Instagram. I definitely would be buying it. So now when you think of it, Liam, I'm having second thoughts about it as well. But it is absolutely a brilliant question. One thing, Liam, which I was looking at it earlier today, and I also found out that Ukraine, because of the whole Russia-Ukraine situation, they are saving the cultural heritage with NFTs. So, I did try to read an article earlier today, and let me just try to check it while. So, CoinDesk published an article that Ukraine is planning to use NFTs to save its cultural DNA, and this is because of the whole Russia invasion. So, the president of the Blockchain Association of Ukraine said that right now museums and cultural sites are being destroyed by rockets. And one way that Ukraine plans to digitize is that every single piece of art or history, it can be put on a blockchain, and that's what Michael Shubanian, the president of the Blockchain Association of Ukraine, said. And he said that at the consensus event which took place on Saturday of last week. Now, what he actually said that today we are announcing a new project on how we can save the DNA of Ukraine people, Ukrainian culture, and Ukrainian history. So right now they're bombing museums, churches, and cultural sites. So before they are destroyed, what they plan to do is digitize every single piece of art or history that they have in the museums. and they're going to do it in NFTs and put it on the blockchain. So yeah, there is use case as well. So that's all for today, guys, from the Ask Me Anything series from Blockchain DXB. In case if you guys have any feedback or suggestions, please drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. And you can also check out my other website, that is www.area2071.com. If you like listening to this, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. And remember, guys, Monday to Thursdays, 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m., we have Crypto and Coffee at 8, where we cover top news and information pertaining to Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. How the series of episodes in the Crypto and Coffee at 8 works is we usually cover some top major breaking news, occasionally short and sweet news as well, news that has an impact in the crypto world. The other two news and information is related to Dubai, UAE, and Middle East in the world of Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, DeFi, NFTs, and Metaverse. What you're listening to right now is an Ask Me Anything series where your listeners can ask any questions from the cryptocurrency world. So that's all for today, guys. Thanks so much for listening and have a great day ahead. Bye bye.